Game number 3, perfect timing with the music. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 204 IQ taking on Athena for game number 3. Lieutenant wanted to play with Kuna. I apologize. You got to speak up faster in chat. We try to balance the teams out. When people want to play with friends, we try to make sure that they can play with their friends. At this point, something pretty awesome. Experiment 626 plays on the same team as Demonius the God. However, they are on opposite teams this time. So, even though they normally are playing for the same team, they're going head-to-head, and we get to see which one will come out the victory. I want to see from the side of Team Athena, who is it that gets banned? Because there's one particular champion that I'm looking for banned against Demonius, and we'll see if it goes through. Team Athena versus Team Kratos. Dude, Team Kratos would be a great name too. Foul, you'll have to remind me about that on Thursday so we can get that team name in. So with Morgana being banned away, pinching the support pool just a little bit. She's so incredibly strong with those very long-range dark bindings. You can initiate a fight or a pick without much risk. As we saw Lysandra destroying last game with some fantastic ultimates. People were trying to make plays, come in for those engages, and Lysandra just says, nope, I got my ultimate that says, I don't care about you, and reverses fights. And there it is, the Vel'Koz banned against Demonius the God, one of his favorite champions. He's incredibly good on it. Actually held his own against the #1 Ziggs in the world on that Vel'Koz. And
wow.
But it's been banned away against him, so you have to play something else.
Hecarim banned away, very strong champion, very good at ganking early. So I like that ban away by Team 204.
Yeah, he's really good at engaging, kind of like Rek'Sai, who also got banned away by the side of Team Athena. Really good about going in with the ultimate and kind of causing chaos on the backside of the fight, forcing everyone to focus him or her respectively. In this particular case, Rek'Sai kind of jumps in, causes a little bit of chaos, and then can use that ult to reset, whereas Hecarim can just be so darn fast. He says, you know what, I'm kind of done playing with your backline, murdering everyone back here, so I'm just going to speed my way out as Thresh gets locked in by 200 IQ Smartest, which will probably be the best way to delineate between the two, is go 200 IQ and then Smartest, because they both share similar names, which I think is pretty fantastic that they've got those similar names for this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool. Two people on the same wavelengths. They must be the smartest.
The smartest team. We'll see if their picks show that, as Maru Chao grabs the Fiora for the top lane, and Kuna says, Vayne didn't look so hot last game. Let me grab it up myself, show you how it's played. Very good late game scaling champion, and I think it's a direct counter to the Thresh, because when he throws out that death sentence, you can just tumble away. Plus, as Thresh is fairly slow, it's not that difficult to try to set yourself up with a Condemn to push him into a wall and get some good damage down. The one thing you have to worry about is the Flash Blaze from Thresh can set things up into a chain CC, especially if they grab certain ADCs that can pair well. Or in this case, Demonius locks in the last second Lucian that might get traded over to someone else. I think that's probably going to get traded to Lieutenant, and Lieutenant is just going to last pick a mid laner for him, because I don't expect Demonius to play Lucian in the top lane. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, yeah. Could be a swap. Seems like Team 204 using every second of the pick and ban phases to decide what they would like to pick up for their team comp. Katarina locked in by Rapthorn too. Curious to see what they do with that.
So that to me says that Demonius actually is going to be playing the AD carry role, because Katarina really isn't many options besides the mid lane. Even if you want to go to the top with her, there's a lot of top laners that can counter, and in the mid lane you get your best opportunities to roam and pick up kills, which is what Katarina needs to start snowballing the game, as Experiment 626 is going to lock in the Ziggs himself. I dig it, I dig it. Most likely for that mid lane. When Katarina is ulting, Ziggs can toss his Mega Inferno Bomb on top of her, and she has to make the hard decision. Does she Shumpo out and cancel her ultimate at the very beginning, or does she take the damage and try to keep getting those kills with the ultimate? It's a tough decision, and a lot of people panic when that comes through. So we'll see how well Experiment 626 can use that ultimate, as no ban by Team Athena.
No ban.
I think they were in discussion on what they wanted to ban. Nobody could quite commit. Been there myself. Oh, satchel her. That's true, too. True, too. Drop the satchel and just knock her out of that ultimate. What is that? Blade Lotus or something? Lotus of Death? Death Lotus.
Yeah, Death Lotus.
I eventually got it. The
Kench taken away.
Has been benched. Always fun to see him in a game.
Don't want to see him taking Vayne out of any sticky situations. Go ahead and take him out of the game.
Yeah, which I'm curious to see if they continue to ban supports, especially considering they know that Vayne is going to be being played. They could try to take away some more pairs like a Lulu, perhaps, even though she's not that crazy. Nope, they're just going to go for a jungler of that Evelynn. Talked about last game, wasn't played as it was banned away, so they're just going to be banning away some of the hotter picks of the night, like that Rengar from the side of Team Athena, which I'm okay with. On the stream, we kind of have our own mini meta that goes on here, and so our picks and bans kind of reflect the meta that gets played on the stream, and that's kind of cool to me, because it can vary a little bit from what the LCS has.
Absolutely.
So we saw earlier... Yeah, Experiment 626 was hovering the Diana. Smartest is going to lock it in. He's actually played that before. And Lieutenant gets his main of the Volibear as well. Oh, that is exciting. So it's a top lane Volibear and jungle Diana. As Blitzcrank gets locked in by Juna. Man, these are some interesting picks.
I don't really love the Diana pick into the Poppy. If Poppy is on, whoever you get that Moonlight onto, whoever you get the Lunar something. I don't remember what her ultimate is called, but Poppy could very easily stifle Diana's ultimate, making her not really the greatest pick, especially because they'll be going head-to-head in the jungle this game. So curious to see how Smartest deals with that.
Alright, well with that, let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions for the side of Team 204 IQ. We've got ourselves the man himself, 200 IQ Smartest, with the Thresh support. Going to be paired up with Demonius the God on the Lucian AD carry. Rapthorn 2 with the Katarina in the mid lane. Smartest 2 on the Diana in the jungle. And Lieutenant 83 in a reverse LCS position. Volibear in the top lane.
And on the side of Team Athena, we've got Maru Chao on the Fiora in the top lane. I'm Kuno on Vayne in the AD carry position. Experiment 626 playing Ziggs in the mid lane. Kristen 1 on Poppy in the jungle. And supporting I'm Kuno is Juna on the Blitzcrank.
Alright, well give me a breakdown. What are your thoughts on the team comps as a whole? We're going to open the bet as well for everyone who enjoys dropping those bets on myself. I'm going to bet after that, but I'm also going to drop a poll as well. Post this game, we're going to be running a little bit, potentially, depending on the time, how long this game goes. We can either do some ranked games, or maybe we can do a little bit of Satisfactory for those of you that know a little bit about that. But either way, let's break down this game and discuss what the options are and give our bets as to which team we think is going to win. What are your thoughts, Land?
I think just based on team comp, it probably goes a little more towards Team Athena's favor. They have a lot more opportunities to scale, a lot of champions that will just continue to do a ton of damage in the later, or as the game goes later. You've got the Ziggs, who, along with doing a lot of damage in the later stages of the game, he also obliterates towers with his empowered auto attack, and also his satchel charge, which can execute towers. So I'm thinking as long as they can properly deal with Volibear's Engage, which they do have plenty of opportunities to do that with. You've got Poppy Ultimate, you've got Ziggs Satchel Charge, you've got Vayne with her Condemn, you've got Blitzcrank with his Knockup, and you can just have Fiora ult him and just destroy his health bar. As long as they can make sure that Volibear and Thresh aren't getting a lot of super hard engages onto them, I think this one is pretty into Team Athena's favor.
Alright, well you heard it. You're thinking the Athena. As you said, there's a lot of opportunities to make those engages, especially with that Ziggs. and that Blitzcrank hook. There's still some hook opportunities from 204 IQ, and I'll actually take you on that bet because I think that with what I've seen out of Lieutenant 83's Volibear as well as Smartest's Diana, they really have some opportunities to put some wombo combo engages themselves. Volibear being able to run in and make some early plays. He likes to TP into other lanes. I honestly think that 204 IQ definitely have a good opportunity to win this game. The main thing that I'm seeing their problem is going to be, you might have mentioned it, Kristen 1 on this Poppy basically can say no to any of Volibear's engages. Also the opportunity to nope Katarina out of her ultimate, or nope Lucian away from a fight are all big deals. There's a lot of knockback between the Zig Satchel, the Vayne Condemned, the Poppy ultimate, as well as I believe it is her E.
Her W, I believe.
Her W.
The force field thing.
Yeah, so there's a lot of knockback to counter the engage from 204 IQ. We'll see if they can pull that off.
Yes, indeed, as we get into the loading screen. See the nice skins that everyone has brought to the party.
Well, we could see the skins if I switch to the skin scene. There we go. Hey, Wild, how are you doing tonight? How are you? You got 10 XP. You can bet all 10 if you'd like. I'm going to drop that bet onto the blue side. What am I going to bet, though? That is the question. I'm feeling a little good about it. I'm going to bet myself again. I don't know why, but I'm going to bet that 88 points. We'll see if that comes true this time around as we are getting into game number 3. Team 204 IQ taking on Team Athena. Now, as you're looking at those lanes specifically, you're seeing any lane versus lane matchups that are just going to completely smash. Is it going to be that Blitzcrank Vayne in the bottom lane that's going to just take over the lane with the pressure that the two of them can provide, or is it going to be something else?
Blitz and Vayne definitely do have the opportunity to snowball early. It just really depends on Blitzcrank's ability to hit the hooks that they need. I don't know too much about this Junic person, so we'll have to see how that goes. Gonna try the Death Tri-Brush again. Hopefully it goes a little bit better for the red side this time around. 5-man stack in the bush outside of the red buff. So it doesn't look like they are willing to take any aggressive stance. As for lane again, I really do like Fiora into Volibear. Fiora, a well-known tank-busting bruiser. With her vitals and also her ultimate. Does a lot of damage, especially with Conquer, into the grasp of Volibear.
Got another Tri-Brush that was waiting for somebody to come walking by. However, they're actually going to back away. I think they saw the Thresh. I think Ziggs caught sight of Team 204 IQ kind of walking through the river, and they were expecting a bit more of an invade. Whoa, Thresh is actually going to avoid the Q without even knowing. That is 200 IQ. He didn't even know that it's there. Look at him. His dodges are so good. He's going to try to steal away this blue buff. They have no idea that he's here. He's going to walk up with an empowered flay. No, he's actually started with the death sentence. Okay, that's not exactly what you want, but he's still going to walk up and try to steal it away from Kristen 1. Can he do it? He might actually... No way! Thresh steals it with the death sentence. 200 IQ. Holy moly. That is amazing. That is actually amazing.
Unfortunate start for Poppy there. Not able to hit the death sentence. Also taking quite a bit of damage from Vayne's tumble press the attack proc there. But he is going to be able to get out of the face of danger. Maruchao and Lieutenant going at it. The Grasp of the Undying keeping Lieutenant just a little healthier than Fiora in these trades.
Yeah, just a nutty play. And with that, it's going to be slowing down the side of Team Athena's jungle for a moment. Lieutenant forced to flash away. However, that Ignite going to cut his passive healing down just a little bit. Nice two-man play in the bottom lane. Demonius going to be jumping for the Relentless Pursuit. Juna's dropped low. However, the death sentence lands onto Kuna. And the disruption on which target they actually wanted to go for as the Ignite comes down to the Blitzcrank as well means that neither end up being killed. Blitzcrank's going to speed back forward. He's only got the hook and the speed boost at the moment, looking for that level 3 to get the knock up as well. So a bunch of people with low health bars, meaning these junglers could try to make some plays. A nice knockback from Lieutenant on the top side. Gonna get parried for a moment. However, the junglers have found each other. Nice stun by the Poppy for the moment onto Smartest. However, he's got a nice red buff as well. So Diana's got a lot of damage. The burn's coming through. Christian 1's gonna be in trouble. Smartest might be making first blood, but the smite heal for the Poppy. And he's gonna flash, but it's still Diana that picks up first blood. Smartest for the blue side. And now Demonia's gonna go forward looking for the kill. Force the flash out of the Blitzcrank. But the flash for Flash as Vayne goes forward to flame from Thresh. He's gonna be in trouble. The Vayne's got the silver procs. However, with that Blitzcrank so low and Smartest just on the edge of getting another hook available. Ooh, lands it actually on the Thresh. Oh, the flame's just gonna miss, but he autos it for the kill. Gives the kill his own death with that turret shot over to the Vayne, though. So not exactly worth it, but still a nice second kill for 204 IQ.
Interesting that Experiment is getting pushed in here on the Ziggs versus Katarina. Curious to see how he manages to bring this lane back, because I do think that Ziggs is supposed to push better. Perhaps he's just giving him the push for now, just trying to play a little safer, noticing that Kristen 1 was kind of getting messed up in the jungle, or in the river a little bit earlier.
Well, two things to keep in mind is that Experiment 626 is a top lane main. He's not very familiar with this mid lane. And secondly, definitely as a top mainer, he's not super familiar with Ziggs. But third, you got to think about the early game and the fact that the mana regen on Ziggs is not that great. And Katarina doesn't care about mana, so he has to actually be careful with his mana consumption. He's staying up in CS at the moment, but he's burning so many spells to actually be able to do this. So later on, as Poppy's able to give a couple blues over, it should be making things a little bit different, as Rapthorn's going to take a pretty good beating. Ziggs getting a couple more shots as she gets back to her turret.
Marchal taking the bad end of a trade with Volibear again as he stacks up this massive wave to crash into the tower. You're not having a super great early game.
Yeah.
Cloth armor already picked up by Lieutenant as well, making sure Fiora can't do too much to him.
He's got this weird bruiser ability. He's actually might be able to find the kill. There it is. A great turnaround. And the problem was that she stepped forward a bit too far. So when he got the toss back, the damage doesn't really count until she lands. So he's able to walk out of the turret range and plays just on the edge of that turret shot. Even walks away, waiting for that reset for the parry. To then get an auto attack down and finish her off. Kristen 1 trying to make a trade in 1-for-1, though he's got the passive healing. He's going to get a ton of damage down as well. Kristen 1 forced to run. Rapthorn in that mid lane also having to back up a little bit. Experiment 626, though, super low on mana. He's got the barrier, which is giving him a little bit more confidence to play forward. But needs to be safe about it. And now Lieutenant going to be knocked back. Poppy should have the last bit of damage necessary to take him down. And Volibear playing a bit overconfidently on the top side. Ends up going over.
Great hook by Blitzcrank there, unfortunately doesn't turn into anything.
Yeah, the problem in this bottom lane is that the Vayne is so short range that even when Blitzcrank lands a hook, he's pulling people closer to the Vayne, but Vayne's best time is when she's condemning people away from her into a wall. She's going to get flayed up for a moment. Blitzcrank trying to run forward, but immediately turning around. The Lantern's there. The hook is going to miss from the Thresh. However, Kuno is going to get so low. Dropped! The flash was already used earlier, and Judah also not going to have the flash. Has Ignite available. Might drop it onto the Diane. Would have probably done it if the hook had landed. However, Blitzcrank lives for the moment. Surprised no one went in to finish a blitz off. Juna having to run outside of that turret, knowing the Diane is going to dive past the turret, if at all possible. Maru Chao on that top side, getting jumped upon. Level 6, finished by this Volibear to the level 5 of Fiora, so she's not going to have the ultimate available. She's waiting for that Vital Strike. The nice lightning, though, from Lieutenant continues to chop away at Fiora's health and takes her down.
Something that I did not know before, apparently Volibear's roar can scare Fiora out of using her, or out of getting the damage from her Q, so she wasn't able to proc that Vital there during that fight. Interesting.
Are you sure the lunge just didn't miss?
No, it definitely hit, because it auto focuses on Vitals, I'm pretty sure.
Well, either way, Lieutenant definitely strong on this champion. We've seen it played a bunch of times before on the stream, and this time around, still looking good. About 20 CS lead, slightly less than that. Going to get himself a second plate on this top side. And so far, a good 2,000 gold lead for 204 IQ, which, you know, shouldn't be unexpected considering they got that 204 IQ. They're feeling pretty good with that. No Drakes taken just yet, still sitting on that Ocean Drake. And Maru Chow having a little bit of a thinking time in that top side, just standing still, trying to decide for a moment what kind of play she wants to make.
Blue handed over to Ziggs in the mid lane. Katarina probably looked like she wanted to go for a dive on Fiora, but opted out.
Well, she was also
Ziggs.
getting that deep vision on the red buff, which is really nice. Vision kind of won the blue side game last game as well. They constantly were able to keep eyes on where the red side team was going, and that allowed them to do a couple of Fnatic rushes, giving them advantages over the course of the game. But a good parry from Maru on this top side. Won't have it up and available for the next one. Drops the ultimate, goes in. The Ignite used as well. So there's still 3 more procs available. He's going to flash forward. He gets the bite. Are you kidding me? And now Katarina steals away the red buff and takes down Poppy. Oh my goodness. 204 IQ are just outplaying Athena at every turn.
Yeah, I'm not sure Electrocute Poppy was the greatest idea. Probably needed the tank stats a little more than she needed the early game damage, but who am I to judge?
Ziggs ultimate committed to the top side. Just tried to clear a couple of these minions and delay Lieutenant from getting any more plates. He's already going to secure himself that third one and back sitting on 1,700 gold. Katarina trying to make a play in that mid lane. Nice Shampoo to avoid the bouncing bomb from the Ziggs.
Yeah, Katarina and Ziggs going pretty even other than that solo kill Kat was able to find on the Poppy. Ziggs liking the blue buff. Thresh coming from the bush, looking for a flay onto Blitzcrank, lands a hook as well.
Blitzcrank hooked up for a moment, Condemn from the Vayne to knock the Lucian backwards. The ultimate from Thresh committed. Nice hook from Blitzcrank, pulls the Lucian in. Poppy's here, going all the way in, but so is Katarina. Vayne can actually finish off Demonius, and now Kuna looking for Rapthorn. Might be able to find the last shot. There it is. The silver bolts are good. Is it gonna be the triple because she's sitting on a red buff? Got slows for days. The flash from 200 IQ to get under the turret. Kuna decides to back away, but it's still 3-1 total on this Vayne. Poppy actually going to round the back of the turret, force the flay out. You're going to dodge away on the death sentence as well. Kristen 1 forcing this Thresh to stick around for a little bit, trying to delay until this wave crashes. Kuna might still be able to pick up that triple, even if it's a little bit delayed. There's a smite from Kristen 1, but going to take a ton of damage from the turrets and from the minions, excuse me. I'm not exactly sure what the Poppy was thinking, but goes down anyway. In the mid lane, Diana looking for a play onto the Ziggs. Drops him low, but doesn't have quite enough damage to finish him off.
Oh, he didn't have the Moonlight down for the initial ultimate there. Fiora getting some vitals on Volibear in the top lane. Fortunately, not really able to put even a scratch into him because the Ninja Tabby are just that helpful.
Ziggs good satchel. Barrier flash. And he gets the kill with a turret shot. The Shampoo from Katarina, who will be to her own demise, does end up trading 2 for 1. Not what you want, but a great satchel barrier from Experiment 626, baiting the Diana way too far underneath the turret.
Ziggs wraps up his Luden's Echo now, helping him out with his wave clear and just a little bit of damage and just a little bit of mana for this lane phase to help him continue to push into that Katarina's tower. He already took 1 plate compared to no plates on the side of Katarina, so Ziggs just coming out on top of this one.
So about a 3,000 gold lead for the side of 204 IQ at the moment. They're doing well, but it's looking like Athena wants to make a play on this bottom side. Poppy coming down once again. Demonius just going to sidestep a little bit of that engage. Blitzcrank not finding the hook once again. Just had that speed boost. Thresh still looking for a play onto Kristen. The flay as well. This Poppy 2, 3, and 1. The calling out from Lucian. The Blitzcrank going to miss the hook one more time. That's the Poppy going to slam Diana far away. However, that's into the the Vayne, who has to run away from Demonius. In the meantime, the Blitzcrank is finished off as well. Smartest going to actually go forward with just a touch of health. And the Ziggs bomb comes in, taking down the Lucian. Can chase in onto the Vayne. In the meantime, a fight at the top side. Maru Chow flashing once again. Constantly having to play defensive, down 30 CS. The Moonlight has landed from the Diana. Considering going in with that ultimate, but Vayne backs away safely. $11 kills to 7. 4-kill lead and about a 3,000 gold lead, but a lot of that is on this Diana and Volibear on the top side. Volibear on the top, Diana in the jungle, doing quite well. The recall canceled by Vayne, going to be stepping forward because Poppy and the Blitzcrank are here looking to re-engage this play. Smart is going to be smited up, slammed into the turret, but Kristen 1 hooked by the Thresh. He goes down, and now Juna, despite getting a nice Blitzcrank hook, it's on the tanky Thresh who just got back to lane. Zig's going to rejoin the fight in the bottom side. Lieutenant secures the turret on the top side and can now speed boost his way back to safety as Experiment 626 was hanging out on the bottom side and then decided, you know what, everyone from the enemy team is here besides that Volibear. I'm just going to go back to farming the mid.
Lieutenant finds that first tower in the top lane, just very oppressive versus Fiora. I know what you're talking about now. Fiora just not able to stand up to the Volibear.
Well, he also built himself an Ohm Wrecker to start the game off, so even if he does get a little bit of damage from those turrets, he can just say, you know what, turrets, stop annoying me. I've got some diving to do. Juna's still defending this bottom lane turret. It's got a couple of seconds left before that plate falls. However, it's down to that single plate left, so you know that they're not going to get that much more gold once they finish it off. And a good relentless pursuit by the Lucian avoids that hook by the Blitzcrank, and really you can see that both these ADCs are kind of had the same thing in mind. The tumble from Vayne to avoid the hooks from Thresh, the relentless pursuit from Lucian to avoid the hooks from Blitzcrank. So it's all going to be about how they use these spells, and you can't avoid a hook you cannot see. Kuna pulled and now has to get away. It's actually going to drop the ultimate and turn, but instead the Lucian's burned her down. And Smartest going to do what he can. 200 and IQ setting up. As the Ziggs ultimate comes in, should be able to take down the Lucian. It's the buckler toss from the Poppy that will secure the kill. And once again, 200 IQ Smartest on the Thresh. Able to get out for a moment. However, he should be dropping. The Airy comes in from the Ziggs. What a great long-range play from 626. Lieutenant 83 says, I'm here to clean up. Going to start with the Fiora who parries the bite. And now Lieutenant forced to flash towards the Fiora, drops that ultimate, getting a couple of those lightning procs down. He's still got the Fiora ultimate sitting on him. He's going to take down one of the Poppy. In the meantime, in the mid lane, the Rift Herald's been popped and does secure that first turret, turret, first turret in the mid lane. And Lieutenant 83 successfully defends the bottom lane turret, got a kill back himself.
Yes, indeed.
Are you yawning? How can you yawn in a crazy, exciting game like this? It's a 6,000 gold lead for 204 IQ. The team that you said weren't going to win because of the engage from Team Athena. They've got a Diana that's 5-1, a Volibear that's 4-1, and out playing like a monster. Mao Chao with a nice parry to avoid a little bit of damage from the Katarina, but she don't care. She's just going to reset and still pick up the kill. Didn't even need the Diana's help. Kristen Wonder looking for a play. However, this Poppy is not tanky. Only has a thrift shop of random items in her inventory. Nothing completed. Lucian is able to secure the Ocean Drake with the help of the Volibear for the side of 204 IQ. First Drake of the game. Rapthorn engaged upon in the mid lane, but Katarina is able to walk away as she's joined by Thresh. And Athena have to really be considering their options for how they get back into this game because they are down 7,000 gold at the 16-minute mark.
Yes, indeed. I might have overestimated the Fiora just a tad bit. I have never seen Lieutenant's Volibear before, and now that I have, I'm going to change my prediction.
Too late! Too late! Look at the hook from the Thresh! He's going to get the Lantern pulling as well. Experiment 626 dropping down. They've got themselves the Ziggs, and now they can move forward through the mid lane. Why do I feel like this Thresh is actually Cody? I kind of just get this feeling. I kind of got this feeling that this is Cody. In the meantime, the Volibear going to be tanking up against two members. Drops a Fiora, wants to chase in onto Poppy. His health was hardly even touched, and he should have the passive backup and available. Thresh hook going to land on a mini, but great Blitzcrank hook pulls the Lucian in. He's going to flash away, but Poppy's here. Can't slam him into the turret, though, and he's going to pursue his Zeta safety. Poppy's pulled in for a moment. She's forced to flash away. Has the buckler shield. Katarina going in for the kill. Will secure it, and now the Vayne hooked up, flayed backwards, running away back to defend the inhibitor turret. Ohm Wrecker by the Volibear started things off well. However, they decided they didn't want to fight for it just yet.
Rabadon's death cap finished up by Diana as well. She's packing quite a punch when she decides to go in. one item finish for pretty much everyone else around the board, except for Fiora, who has not completed anything yet. Hopefully we'll see that pretty soon here. Yeah, just Diana's looking huge right now. Hasn't picked up any more kills, but the CS lead is just about 100 over his opponent. So
Da-dun, da-dun. Smartest looking for the vein. Smartest looking for the vein. Smartest looking for the vein. I want to see what's happening in the mid lane, but I also want to watch this. Oh, ha. Smartest try.
It goes in anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Kuna with a nice heal. Hold on. Ooh, with a great tumble as well. Okay, gets the trade 1-for-1, but that's still really nice for the Vayne getting a shutdown as Kristen 1 going to be dropped by the Volibear. Caught out in the jungle. Nice blitzcrank pull, but it's only onto the Volibear. Lieutenant 83 easily able to walk away from that. Fiora was in the top side trying to keep that wave from crashing onto the second tier turret, but now it's all defense in the bottom lane for the side of Team Athena. Gotta protect this bottom lane second tier turret. Because once they lose all of these turrets, they lose all control of vision of their jungle. Rapthorn taking a nice beating by the Ziggs, who had some good vision down, seeing that she was standing there.
Yes, indeed. Ziggs seems to be the only person that can really do a ton of damage to this Volibear, which would make sense as Volibear has only built armor. The Ohm Wrecker used by Volibear stops the turret from hitting anybody, making a rather successful tower dive.
Yeah, 2 kills at the moment for 204 IQ, but they're going to be chasing forward anyway from the side of Athena. However, that Thresh ultimate so good at disengaging, slowing down everyone trying to run forward. Kristen 1 going to be dragged in. Look at the CC chain, the hook, the flay, the toss from Volibear, the flash hook from the Thresh going to miss. That's a wave that gets in the way of that.
Yes. The Thresh player's nightmare right there. The wave shows up just as you flash hook the enemy team.
This is why you gotta
Every
take
time.
smite on the Thresh so that you can smite away a minion to make sure that your hook lands afterwards. It's so ingenious. Everyone's gonna be running it in Summer Split at the LCS, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Blitzcrank stopping the back of Lieutenant 83, and they actually managed to take him down.
Yeah, Vayne's got some pretty good damage at this point. Gonna be turning onto the Lucian. The third proc of the bolts, not quite gonna land. There it does, come through, chunking the Lucian for a moment. However, 626 gonna be dropped by Diana, who finds him running around the backside. In the meantime, the Vayne is still chasing onto the Lucian, and the Diana wrecking everybody. 1, 2, 3, triple kill for Smartest as Kuna gonna try to make a play. Perfect position for the Condemn. The second proc comes through, but the burst from Diana, she's got the shield as well. Will be able to secure a kill. The Poppy comes in, steals it away, but double kill onto Rapthorn, who's just trading back and forth and will get the ace for 204 IQ in the length of that very extended fight. 28 kills to 14, doubling the enemy team's kills, and a nice 11,000 gold lead. They've set themselves up with control over the entire map. They could turn onto the Baron, but right now they're looking for the Ocean Drake.
Yes, indeed. Vayne quickly on the way to that Gensu. Once Vayne gets the Gensu, she is going to be packing a major punch. The only tank on the side of Team 204 IQ is Volibear. And once you take out Volibear, there's not really too much of an opportunity to stop the team of Team Athena. I'm Kumo doing a ton of damage on Vayne already with only 1 item completed. And honestly, we haven't really seen Team 204 go much more than slightly over even with the members.
Oh, Condemn, not going to stun the Volibear. However, nice knock from the Blitzcrank. He's also going to get the Silence Sound as well. The passive is healing the Volibear. Will it be enough? That's the kill from the Vayne. It's actually Poppy who's able to get the last bit of damage. However, as you're talking about that Vayne, she's going to have that true damage with the silver bolts. And so as the game progresses, as long as she stays alive and her team can peel for her, she still has a chance at carrying this game.
And that was exactly my point, what I was trying to say, as it was being proven by Vayne. They're just barely going even in these fights, even when the super fed members of Team 204, like Diana, try to go head-to-head with this Vayne. They do not always come out on top. We've seen Diana go even with Vayne. We've seen Diana almost die to Vayne. So, assuming that she can continue this trend and finish items and just continue to stay alive in these fights, I think that things could go well for
the
them.
Thresh going to be in trouble. The Flash ultimate from the Blitzcrank just to make sure the Thresh cannot jump over the wall with a Flash, which he didn't even have available as it was on cooldown. The TP coming in from Volibear. They're looking for this turret, but a Ziggs ultimate will clear a lot of the wave. They have to back away. The wave clear out of Instrument 626 starting to really come online. Kristen 1 once again stepping forward a bit over aggressively. Has to run back to the turret, half health. Once they get that right Blitzcrank hook, though, that is almost twice in a row, Juna has been able to secure 1 kill for Team Athena. And while they've lost a lot of those exterior turrets, they're still defending the inhibitor turrets quite well.
Yes, indeed, they are.
Blitzcrank.
Not able to find that, but I like the initiative that he's taking.
2
Ziggs
items completed. Go ahead.
Ziggs with the Banshee's Veil completed. Gonna help him stay alive versus the assassins of Team 204. Doing a good job at turtling, and one of my favorite phrases in this game, stopping the bleeding. Done by Team Athena here, so we'd like to see what they can manage with it.
They put a little band-aid on at the moment. They aren't hemorrhaging just yet. It's more of like a deep cut.
Yes, hopefully they can find a tourniquet soon, and I think that tourniquet might be named Vayne.
They're going to have to keep delaying this game out for a bit longer. The enemy team does have double oceans, so keep that in mind when these team fights break out. If 204 IQ do not die, they can just re-heal up. They back away from the fight, heal it all back up. Oh, I'm Kuna. Almost looking like he was going to go down if Diana decided to re-engage that. With that ultimate was invisible for a moment, but there's going to be 3 members of 204 IQ starting up the Baron. They're looking like they should be able to secure this. Kristen 1 is here to defend, but they need that, or to try to maybe steal it away. She doesn't have Blast Cone available. Not sure how she's going to do that. If she's got vision, she can charge an enemy champion over the wall.
She does have Flash up.
Oh, so she could try to flash steal it away. This would be an impressive steal, but she's going to be joined by the Fiora, the Blitzcrank, and the rest of the team coming in just behind as well. So keep your eyes on this. Katarina coming in. The Baron's still at 4,000 health. Diana is pushing the bottom lane, so it's going to be a 4v5 fight. Blitzcrank stepping forward, lands the hook onto the Lucian. He's got the ultimate as well. Demonia's flashing away. Fiora trying to do what she can. However, she's hooked up by the Thresh. Should be dropping here shortly. And the Vayne goes down because Katarina's followed it. Katarina going to go golden for a moment, keep herself alive, and Juna tanked up for forever. They're going to drop them as well, and the Lucian with an excellent flash keeps himself alive, picks up 1 kill, and despite the Baron being stopped, everyone for the side of Athena is falling apart. Diana is actually trying to finish the game off as Poppy's going to be caught between the Volibear and the Lucian, flashes the wall. Thresh coming in as well, wanting a piece of the pie, and Diana, ladies and gentlemen, should finish the game off for 204 IQ, and that just goes to prove you may have all the mechanics in the world. Okay, I'm just going to stop what I'm saying. I was about to say, you may have all the mechanics in the world, but as long as you're the smartest, at the end of the day, you will still come out victorious, and then smartest just flashes straight onto the fountain and dies.
KDA players these days, man, I tell you.
It's so funny.
Passage out by Thresh there. I was going to say, it was a really nice read by Smartest there, realizing that the Baron was more of a bait than it actually was a haymaker by the team of 204. Just continuing to push for the inhib, both of the Nexus towers, and just a little bit of that Nexus towers, or of the Nexus's health bar. So, excellent play, or excellent read there by Smartest 2, as Lucian, Demonius the God, finishes up the Infernal Drake by his lonesome Black Cleaver finish for him. Gonna be pretty easy to take down this Poppy now.
Yeah, there's not much else that 204 IQ need to finish the game off. They do still have yet to actually secure the Baron, and Team Athena going to be positioning around here. However, 204 IQ's got the time necessary to actually delay this one out, as super minions are starting to slowly crawl their way into the enemy team base. And keep that in mind, they don't have the time because there's no Nexus turrets. Those super minions will go straight onto the Nexus itself. So Team Athena have a very tiny window to make one last desperate play. to try to stop this
Yeah.
Baron. There's pings about the bottom lane. Fiora looking like she's going to be the one selected to go back and try to stop the wave coming in. Juno going to land a hook, but it's only onto the Thresh. He's a bit tanky. However, he's not tanky enough. Goes down. They've delayed for a little bit, but they finish off one member of 204 IQ. The Baron sitting at about 3,000 health. Volibear knocked out. Smartest is still here. So it's jungle versus jungle. Who can take the Baron? Poppy, secure it! Red team have it. They're calling out from Lucian. He's sitting at 300 health. Blitzcrank with the knock-up. Vayne's doing what she can. However, she's having to run away. She's got the kill onto the Katarina. And now she can tumble her way to safety for the moment. Ziggs recalling, rejoining Fiora to defend the super minions. Going into the base. Tumble once again from Kuna. Trying to escape, but Smartest drops the ult and finishes off the Vayne. However, the Baron is still in the hands of Team Athena, but it's 2v3. Lucian sitting at full health. Volibear able to tank everything up. However, his Ohm Wrecker is pretty much useless at this point because there's only one turret on the top side for him to use it on. With that second inhibitor going down in the mid lane, they're just going to be jumping forward, looking for the Zig Satchel charge. Get him back onto the fountain. Maru Chao gonna go in. Should be able to finish off the Lucian. The Ignite comes down. They've got him. Now they can turn on to Smartest as well. The Fiora, though, has tons of damage. Excuse me. Fiora goes down. The Diana had tons of damage. Volibear also doing a nice job tanking away a little bit of a visual glitch as it looks like the turret's still shooting the Volibear. Smartest too, trying to protect himself with that shield. Gets knocked back by the Poppy. The defense from Athena is mounted, and with the Baron buff and their members constantly respawning in the base, they've been successful at holding on to their Nexus for the moment. They're gonna lose their second tier turret on the top side to the minions, slowly pushing that one in, but they are clawing their way every single step to stay in this game.
Yeah, Team Athena definitely in this one for the long haul. The Baron really helping with the defense there, but they do have those 2 down inhibitors to worry about, 2 lanes spawning super minions, a teleport being used in the top lane by Lieutenant, hoping to apply some pressure, though 5 people are coming to deal with him, and the turret glitch is still happening on him.
That's alright. That's probably because he used the Ohm Wrecker on it, an item that we never see. Small indie company does have these random errors on occasion, and considering that 0.00001% of the population buys an Ohm Wrecker, you understandably wouldn't care about any graphical issues. Maru Chao gonna be dropped with a great hook by the Thresh, setting up Juna as well, taking a bit of calling damage. Does walk away alive. Lucian goes over the wall with Relentless Pursuit. He's joined by the rest of the team from Athena. They're gonna get a knockup for the Poppy ultimate. However, Zig's ultimate is going to be wasted. This is not good because Katarina is trying to finish off the game right now. Going for the Nexus, looking for the Xpeke. Gets jumped on by the Blitzcrank. Going to go in for the kill. The hook from the Blitzcrank misses. The flash from Katarina. She's been able to secure that one. They're going to lose from the side of Athena. Their top lane turret. Diana is coming in. She's got the carry potential at the moment. 12, 5, and 2. Well, Volibear's got a, 11, 3, and 4, though he's going a bit more tanky. Diana, we'll see what she can do. Nice knockback from the Poppy, avoiding... Woo, and Smartest actually going to go down less than half health, as Athena are going to watch their last inhibitor... Well, actually, I'd say second to last inhibitor drop on this top side, considering the bottom one came back up, so Fiora is headed there to defend. A great Dark Passage from the Thresh gets Volibear out, but they keep themselves from being triple inhibited, and that's super critical, because once triple inhibitors go down, the enemy team can basically just sit and wait for those super minions to destroy the enemy team base.
Team Athena definitely catching up in levels here. Smartest is going to have to start treading a lot more carefully if they don't want to end up getting reverse, or not reverse swept, end up throwing this game. Vayne is a massive damage threat now on top of 3 items, one of which is the Infinity Edge, so she's going to be packing quite a punch. Ziggs this whole game has just been dealing a ton of damage. He's got the double flat magic pin items finished, Morellonomicon and Sorcerer's Shoes. So definitely gonna need to use some caution here if they would like to find the victory on the side of Smartest. A great job at keeping themselves alive here by Team Athena. Thresh sidestepping the hook from Blitzcrank as Lucian and Volibear wrap up that second Infernal Dragon.
Alright,
inching them closer to the victory.
10,000 gold lead for 204 IQ. They want this last inhibitor. They should secure it. Diana wants to secure the Vayne. Goes in and grabs the kill. And now the flash from the Thresh will set themselves up to take down the Poppy as well. She's a bit tanky, though. She tries to knock Smartest, too, into the turret. They get the kill, or into the fountain. They get the kill despite Diana not being knocked in the fountain, but the last inhibitor will drop. It's a 4v4, ladies and gentlemen. Volt Lieutenant goes and flashes onto the Banshee's Veil. Experiment 626, who tries to flash away. He can't get to the Satchel Charge because he's dragged out by the Threshold. And now the parry from the Fiora keeps her alive for the moment. She's trying to get back to the fountain. Juna headed to the fountain as well, but knocked back. The CC chain tosses and flays. That's going to be the blitz following. Poppy getting a little bit of a slam, flashes onto the fountain as the game will end in an all-out brawl by the Nexus. 204 IQ win, proving that brains are stronger than brawn in the end. Even though there was a couple not 200 IQ plays in that game. I gotta say very quickly, first of all, so many new players this game. Maru Chow, I'm Kuna, Juna coming back. It's been a while. I think the same for Kristen 1. 200 IQ Smartest, new. Rapthorn 2. Thank you guys so much. If you did enjoy this, a bunch of you were saying that it was a lot of fun. If you do me a huge favor and drop a follow, that will notify you in the future when we're going live so that you can come back. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, and we run tournaments. We got one coming up this summer that you, if you got a team, want to be a part of. It is an exciting time. Now, let's break down these teams. Give it to me, Land. What do you think for MVPs and honorable mentions?
Alrighty, for the honorable mentions on the losing team, I'm going to give my honorable mention to Experiment 626. He was pretty much the only person who was able to deal any damage to that Volibear, at least to begin with. When Volibear started roaming, he did finish Spirit Visage a little bit later. But Experiment 626 was consistently packing a punch. He was doing a lot of damage to everybody. He was doing a good job at holding his own in the lane versus Rapthorn, even though Rapthorn would eventually end up getting fed. He was pretty much the only constant on the team. The only person who was really able to keep his lane afloat while the chaos was unfolding around him. So honorable mention to him, and I'd like to give a quick shout out before I get into the MVP to Juna, hitting a lot of good hooks that led to a lot of kills for Vayne to start getting her into a better position, because the lane phase didn't go too well. Hitting a lot of good silences, making sure that Vayne stayed alive. Unfortunately, in the very end there, he wasn't able to stop him from getting absolutely demolished by Smartest. The Assassin Diana build coming in a little too clutch. And of course, the MVP gonna go to I'm Kuno on Vayne. Really the only person that had much of a chance at carrying them out of that rut, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do it. He was doing a lot of damage, pretty much the only person that could deal with any single person on the team, even going almost even with Smartest in his fed state on Diana a couple of times. So great job to I'm Kuno for the MVP. As for the winning,
my soldiers march
honorable
on.
mention, I'm gonna have to give it to Lieutenant on the Volibear. He did a great job at beating down Fiora, even though it seemed like Fiora should have been a winning lane into Volibear. Just being a tank, he was able to consistently do damage, consistently win trades, and consistently sustain with the Grasp of the Undying. He was able to come out on top of that lane and on top of that game. He was able to run it into the enemy team multiple times, grab key targets, and make sure that they were no more for the team of 204 IQ. And for the MVP of 204 IQ, of course, that's going to go to Smartest. Just absolutely demolishing any key targets and also some non-key targets multiple times on the Diana. Taking out pretty much the only person that could have given them a chance, which was the Vayne. And pretty much just single-handedly carrying his team for that one. Jungle difference, by the way.
Better jungler wins. I like it. Also, a shout out to Rapthorn for doing a fantastic job on the Katarina. I love the death brushes, setting up with excellent vision, waiting for somebody to come by that's just a little bit too squishy, and then jumping on them. Was joined by Thresh multiple times to be able to pull those off. Also, this Thresh, 19 assists, 2, 5, and 19. A great scoreline for that supportive Thresh. So, great stuff there from 204 IQ. Guys, it's been a fantastic night. Some incredible games casted. But I think that as much as I would love to just keep doing this all night long, I am going to take a break from casting League of Legends. And the question is, though, were we going to do ranked games of League of Legends, or are we going to do some satisfactory? That is the question. At the moment, there's one vote in the poll for league ranked games. So I think that we should probably, where the honorable mention tallies, Lieutenant 83, you can look down below. It's a little bit outdated. I think it's 1 week outdated. I need to update it. But you can also check in on the Discord, where I've updated the MVPs and honorable mentions as well. You bet 300 on blue. Sometimes it's 626. It can take just a minute for that to go through, but it should have been confirmed. You and I were the only two that voted on blue. So it might just take a minute for that to actually update and give you those points, because I definitely finished that off. So I completed the bet, so you should get it. It might just take a second for it to come through. If it doesn't, I'll figure it out myself, but I'll give you 300 by myself. Why not? Also, huge thank you to Maru Chow, Mochigia, Kuno, DA, and Rapthorn, all you guys who just played, for dropping that follow as well. Where is the Discord? Exclamation point, Discord. There you go. Okay, we got double votes for League Ranked. All right, so which channel or whatever? It's just the main one, the main general channel. I've got all of them throughout the streams updated. But those are just tonight's honorable mentions and MVPs. If you're looking for the total honorable mentions and MVPs, I can give that to you as well. You can click on any of the honorable mention or MVP buttons down below the stream. You just scroll down on the stream for a second. You'll see those two buttons. You can click on either one. It'll take you to the total Google Sheets list. However, as I said, that is outdated by about a week. So, a little bit outdated. Satisfactory is a Factorio first-person game. It's basically, you build a giant factory, you run around and collect a bunch of resources. It's kind of a fun time, because you just kind of run around and do all sorts of crazy, ridiculous stuff. But we can also play some League. I definitely have no problem playing some League of Legends games. How about I do this? Let's play one normals warm-up, and then I'll play one ranked game. So, let me be right back. And we'll play a normals game with anyone who wants to play with me. I'll play a viewers game. I'll play with you guys.